Hi, everyone, and welcome to OneMicNite, the podcast that brings you stories of artists and people on their journey, helping to guide, answer questions, and motivate you in life and business. You already know who I am. It's Marcos Luis, and I'm back. We are in season six. 6 years of this podcast and 18 years of One
Wow.
Mic Night. So I want to thank everybody for being along with me on this journey. And today, I'm very, very excited. My guest is an international journalist. She's an actress. She's the host of Hollywood Entertainment News, among many other things. Right now, she goes by the name KO, but she's going to tell you what the KO stands for. Please welcome her to One Night Night.
How you doing, sweetheart?
You like you like that?
we yes, I absolutely love it. KO has a couple of different meanings. First of all, it's my initials, so Kadrolsha Ona. And second of all, it's knockout. I used to be a cop, and I got that the KO from the guys, because I guess I was pretty feisty in the day when I was in law enforcement. So they would just say KO, instead of trying to drag out the name. But yeah, that's how I got it,
I
and
like that.
it
I
has
like that.
stuck. Yeah.
Listen, I have many questions for you. You're a
Oh
woman
God,
of
go easy on me, baby, please.
many, many talents. So, listen, first of all, who is KO?
I don't know. When you find it, let me know. I have no clue. I'm like all over the board, all over the world. Um, I would have to say I am, for one, proud to be an American. I believe in America, you can do and become anything you want. Just get out there and do it. And I rarely ever take no for an answer. I want to experience everything I can in life. And that is what I do. I'm creative. I love to write. I love to act. I did crazy horror movies. And then I do serious things too. And I am trademarked as the Queen of the Paranormal for over 10 years now. And I do a lot of different types of paranormal supernatural shows, whether it's on 360 TVN, which is a television network that I'm CEO of and that I run, or I just do it on YouTube and different things. So KO is a woman that loves to do everything and is full of life, and that's it.
I love that. We're going to talk about the paranormal later, but what I
Okay.
want to know is where did this all start for you? Where were you born and how did this all, the creativity and the love of life start? Because that's what's shining around you
Um,
right now. That's your aura. I feel it.
oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Good. I would have to say I was born, I'm an Army brat. My dad was in the Air Force. And I say Army brat because we traveled everywhere. Originally in Alaska, born there, and then kind of went all over the United States. And with that, my grandfather, my jaju is his grandfather in Polish. He played the violin, and he would dance the Charleston until he died. And we were always it was a very happy like household. Um, so I think I inherited a lot of the laughs and a lot of all of that stuff from just traveling and meeting different people, whether my father was involved with the USO, the USO there, and meeting the celebrities and helping with that. Um, I just, I don't know. I'm trying to think like on my mother, she was a housewife and raised the kids and stuff. So, but she had a good heart. So I think I got the good heart from her. And I like to incorporate always a positive when I'm doing interviews or if I'm doing appearances. No one likes to talk to a bitch. I mean, seriously, you get nowhere. So it's just to be friendly, positive, help people. And when I do appearances, I do take a percentage of everything and put it towards like my chaplain travel fee fund or for the pets and the rescue that I do on animals. So
I like
I
that. Where
like to
did,
do that.
I'm sorry to cut you off. This is
No,
what I
no.
like. First of all, I always say this almost on every show. traveling is the best education you can have. When you meet
Yes.
different people and different cultures and you learning and you're absorbing, and as a child, if you're doing that as a child, that's how your life
Yeah.
begins. You know what I mean? That's the best. Was your
Yeah.
family very you said your mother was kind of bright and loving. Was that the I guess is that's probably where you learned all of that and how to receive all that information along the way.
Right. And all, there's also backstories of very dark situations in the family. So, and I try to close the door on that and not open it because the demons come out. I should be the axe murderer, seriously.
Right.
I'm not.
Yeah.
So I chose to remember growing up the positive because if I didn't, what kind of life would you have? So even though I talk about things, goodness, charity, and stuff like that, there was also a very dark upbringing as well. So we're going to leave that one over there and just focus on the positive. Like my parents and my grandparents, we all love animals. And I've been involved in horses all my life since I was so young. And I just love to help the animals. And I try my best to rehab them. And if I can't do it, then I give it to a licensed rehabber.
Mhm.
And then that's what I do.
Where did oh, I think sometimes the darkness in our lives, because I most people experience it in their lives. I think there are very few people who don't have those sort of obstacles or family,
Right,
stories. But as you said, it's what we do with that information and how we respond to it is the
right,
positive thing, and that's what makes us, that's what makes you who you are. You can choose to stay in that darkness, or you can take that learned experience, shut the door, or, deal with it over here. But how we respond to the rest of the world is our own choice. We
right.
have to make that decision,
Exact, exactly.
right?
And I work on a corporate level with a lot of different individuals all over the world. And you have different personalities, different temperaments, all of this. And you can't feed into the drama. It doesn't matter if it's paranormal or it's acting or it's corporate USA or corporate universe. There's always someone that's got a problem.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
And they just do. And you're thinking to yourself, how did you get that job with all this complaining? So I try to sympathize and give them positive advice and stuff and put on a positive professional tone so maybe they will follow suit in the rest of the meeting and it works. So
So yeah, you bring in the positivity and hopefully you get nothing but positivity back. You're right.
yeah,
That
unless you're
difference.
reading on Facebook or something like that and there's somebody that's all right, something bad. I look at it this way: bad publicity is
Hey,
still publicity, is good publicity. It drags people into your sites, and then they can choose and decide on their own whether to believe someone who doesn't even know you, all they're spewing, and they get a firsthand account of what you actually do and read your credits and achievements and draw their own conclusions. So that's why I don't discount or delete. Oh, unless they're swearing at me, then I'll delete the comment. But if they got corrective criticism, hey, I should listen to it. And we don't know everything, and
right.
we can only learn from the people who are supporting us and listening to us and watching us. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's about being open and receptive. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How did Hollywood Entertainment News come about for you? Tell us what it is and how did it come about for you?
Hollywood Entertainment News was, I don't own it solely. I have a business partner. He's in the background. And we were talking one day, it was during the pandemic, and we were like, geez, we can't go to events anymore. We can't appear anymore. We can't hold events. What are we going to do? So I come up with, how do we do Hollywood Entertainment News? We'll do an online magazine, and then we'll have like a TV show, a little thing off to the side. And he registered the domain name. The next thing you know, within 2 days, we're up and trying to run. And I'm like, how am I going to get in front of the camera? I mean, it's all new technology, you know?
Right.
And so, yeah, we had our bumps in the road, but it seems like we're really growing in the charts. And on 360 TVN, the network that I run, Hollywood Entertainment News is right now, as of today, this week, the highest viewed program. And what I do is I do very brief interviews. I don't do like an hour or 2 hours. I do like 10, 15 minutes. But moreover, I'll go to Comic Cons and I will sit with celebrities, ask them to give me a positive message for their fans because their fans truly live vicariously through them. And so it would be giving them a good insight of some positivity and smiles and laughs and stuff. So I put a lot of that up there. And so that worked out really well. And then I watched a gentleman who's a sponsor of mine. His name is Jimmy Starr, and he's got this Dark Frights magazine. And so I came up with, and I watched him with the horror news with Jimmy Starr. And I'm thinking, I don't want to do it as long as he does it. So I'm going to do supernatural news bullets. They're about a minute long. And I'm going to put them everywhere. And years ago, this was before the pandemic, I was actually doing them in airports. It was on airport television. So I said, why don't we just
So
revive
what
it,
do you mean by
revamp it?
bullets? What do you mean by bullets?
Supernatural news bullets. Like it's
Mhm.
just a quick little bullet, boom,
Okay.
like that. In the opening, you can see the bullet piercing through something, and which I made that up that graphic, and I talk about like a ghost train, or I'll talk about Azazel, the Bible scapegoat, Russian hail. I'll talk about a murderer that was convicted by a ghost in Superior Court, the
Mm.
only one. So that these are the interesting topics, but I condensed them down to about a minute, sometimes a little longer. And I have six of them already done that we did airport TV. So I'm redoing the intros and then putting the originals up. And we've got those on 360 TVN as well under the Queen of the Paranormal. And there I have about 85 CC the Huntress television shows that I did about 8 to 10 years ago. I figured I'd put the archive up, and people are fascinated with all that stuff because I did
Why
it all
are
by
people so
myself.
fascinated with this? This is the
Because
question.
there's
Why do
no
you think people?
answer to it.
There's no answer to it. Okay.
So they're
Yeah.
constantly digging in conspiracies and all this stuff. I look at it this way. I think 98% of the paranormal can go to hell in a handbag. If you can debunk it totally, but it's the 2% that I go after. But there's no explanation. There's nothing. You don't have to have tons of equipment. You either feel it, see it, smell it, or it's just not, or hear it, or it's just not there. And these are things that I do with people at events or appearances, and they're quite surprised. I work with a lot of celebrities, and we go and do our ghost hunts. But the funny thing is at these events or on Skype or whatever, I work with a lot of politicians, and people go, they trust me. I'm like the doctor. I have a code of ethics. I don't say anything, but they'll come to me and they'll want to know something, not politically, like who do I vote for, but they want to know things. And I'm able to maybe guide them in a path like a counselor would, to see maybe a different opinion. So yeah, I absolutely love what I do. I can't say any more about that. I just love it.
Where did that come from? I mean, you just said we don't have answers to it. Excuse me. And I know that, I'm intrigued by it. I'm intrigued and
Mm-hmm.
I'm, one of those people who believes in mediums and spirits and I feel the
Mm-hmm.
energy and things like that. And I tap into it myself personally. Where did that come from for you? What was the catalyst that made you start talking about that supernatural and paranoia and
Well, I would
paranormals?
have to say I was born with it. I have over 7 generations of spirit and communication and spirit dream interpretation, spirit communications, all under my Bapcha side. and my babcia Rogala, the stara babka, is a great grandmother, all the way into Poland, Russia, Lithuania, all that lineage there. And so when I was very, very young, I can remember being in a car with my parents and going by the cemetery we've gone by so many times. And I said, be no people there. I was very young, and my mother's like, "No, we don't know anybody there." So, and my father humored me, and I directed him to the gravestones with our family name on it. And he'd be like, "Damn!" So he went back home, and my grandmother, my babcia, had no clue. Then we went over to my father's side, which was just down the street, and they said, "Yeah, they're buried there." And so that was the first inkling. And I don't know if anywhere between the ages of 3 and 5, I'm guessing. I'm guessing.
Right.
But from there, it just escalated to the point where my mother was, "Oh, you're a witch." She just like, "Ah, get over there." And, my sister, same thing, but I look at it this way. It is a gift. That's it. It's a gift from God, and I share it. And if I can heal people or talk to people in a conversing manner, make them feel better, I'm here to do that. And but as far as the paranormal goes, yeah, I do with the events, and I let them have like hands on with the equipment, with the tape recorder. I mean, digital recorder. Excuse me, I'm dating myself. So, you know, um,
Notice I didn't blink an eye,
so
so I
I
was
know,
right there with you.
so they have firsthand experience. It's not like me holding it or doing some, they're holding it and they're doing it and they're playing it back.
So
And
what
years
is it?
ago,
What does that look like? What do you, can you give me a little more detail about that? So they're holding the
well,
digital recorder. What do you?
I hold a digital recorder,
Mhm.
and I tell them to press the record and ask 3 questions or two. Take about a 3 second break in between. Take a 3 second break before you even speak, and 3 seconds at the end. And let's play it back. And in fact, I did that, and I developed that technique that everybody uses, but damn it, they give me credit for it. And I keep saying, well, find, time stamped who did it before me. Nobody. So it's a crappy industry. So, anyways, then they play it back, and you would believe what you can get on that. I did an event at the Red Mill, and this is in Clinton, New Jersey, with the Ghost Hunters years ago. And I had rooms of people, and we do different types of EVPs, electronic voice phenomena, where you're talking to the dead and you hope you get an answer back. So there's a one woman, I figured, you know what? Let's do animals because these spirits don't know anyone here. Let's talk to their families. Let's talk to the animals, and then we'll talk to spirits in the room. So people were calling for their animals. One woman was calling for her horse. And when she played it back, I got all of this. All these EVPs are on CC, the Huntress, on YouTube, and you can hear them. You can hear the horse whinnying. She did it, and she played it back to everyone in the entire room, and
What?
they were all like, "Oh!" You could hear dogs barking, dogs growling. You could hear the animals, right?
What?
And they did it. I didn't do it. Hey, you know what? I don't want to be, and we had it, and I think we videoed it, and yeah, it worked out wonderful. And then we did it for their relatives, and of course, the relatives come through. And then they did it for the spirits that were in the, in the Red Mill. And boy, there was a lot of swearing going on because those spirits did not like us there. And they were asking us to leave and F you and everything else.
Wow.
And these are all on CC The Huntress, which is a show I did years ago up on New England Cable here. And so you can see that. My episodes are up there. The episodes are also on 360 TVN and Apple TV and everywhere else. So those older episodes are to be cherished because they were real. 100% real with no editing, no this, no that, so that was the first of its kind. And that's what I'm doing right now. As far as Queen of the Paranormal, I am working on other programs with other people to put that, whether it's Travel Channel or here or Discovery, whatever. So we've got a lot of irons in the fire going.
How do you keep up? I mean, like I said in the intro, you do a lot of things. How do you possibly keep up with everything that you do?
A very simple technique:
What's that? Please,
no
please
sleep.
share. No sleep?
No sleep and coffee. That's it. Maybe a glass of wine. I don't know.
Maybe a little glass of wine somewhere in the
No,
middle of it
but
all, but yes.
yeah, no, it's a real simple old technique. They used it so many hundreds of years ago. Time management. You get a piece of paper the old fashioned way, or you can put it in a document. How many hours do you want to work today? What do you need to achieve? Okay, I need to write. I write probably I write for so many magazines, but I write every month for about 6 magazines. Daily, I write for three.
Hmm.
So I put down, okay, today I'm going to do one, two, three. I'm going to give myself 20 minutes each. Gotta take a break. Take the dogs outside, rescue an animal, whatever. Go back. Okay, now I'm going to do a network stakeholders meeting. That's going to take probably another 25 minutes. And then after that, talk to the sales team. I got it all written down in time frames. If you stick to the time frames, you can achieve so much because I love to be creative. I love writing and I like the acting, looking for acting jobs and auditioning. That's a hell of a lot of fun. I
Yeah.
scare everybody with that. That's for sure. My family, let me tell you a funny story. I was auditioning for this movie. I got it, and I went outside to my front porch, which looks haunted from the roadway because just the way the bushes are. And I was filming, so I let my neighbors know I'm going to be screaming on the porch. I'm filming a movie. They think I'm crazy, so whatever. And so here I am screaming. Next thing I know, the police are at the house.
Oh.
I'm like, I told the neighbors, here's the script. And they're like, what? So they're looking over the script and they sat there and watched me film my couple of scenes. That was funny and they clapped. So we're all friends now.
That's fun.
So yeah, but you have to put that realism in things. But getting back to the time management, you can really achieve a lot. Um, if you stick to the time frames. Like, don't try to do everything in one day. You never can do it. Do the real important things that you have to have out and give yourself a time limit. That's all. And if what you can't finish, maybe after dinner you can go back and add a little more or review it. But I do a lot, and I have my time management skills, and I just stick to it, and I'm able to go to bed early, get up early, and start the day all over again. So how do you do it all the time? How do
Um,
you get
I don't
everything
know. I
fit
mean, I
in?
guess it's sort of the same thing. But I'm sort of a creature of habit. So the way that I make my schedule is, I have a part-time job that I do a couple of days a week. Excuse the loud noise. I'm in Brooklyn, New York, everyone. Um, the sirens and everything. But the other 4 days, I schedule to do, my podcast, or if I have auditions, or if I have, if I'm traveling, I have 4 days off in a row that I do that. So I'm a little looser, but, you know, it's still structured in a way that I can do all those things.
Well, see, that's it. That's the
Mhm.
time management. It
Right.
has to be structured and you have to keep to it. Like I got this thing in the morning. I have a puppy. She's 4 months old. I
Hmm.
got her when she was about 5 months old, 5 months, yeah, right. 5 weeks old. She was abused. And so I rescued her and she's got a little fear aggression problem. And but I walk her every morning because she's bouncing with energy. And I got so sick of telling people, "Oh, she's abused. She's got fear aggression." Now, hey, I live in the city. I just come out and say she's an attack dog. She's being trained as an attack dog. Go to the other side of the street. That's what I tell them. And so that's what I'll do. And then I come back, I have a coffee and a granola bar, all the doggies sitting on the bed, and we share. And then I get up and I just start right into the work because I know, like you, the schedule. I get it here, and I do write it down too, and I'm able to achieve all that stuff and still have time for me. I think
That's
that's
it.
so important. Even you need to take care of you, or you can't
Absolutely.
take care of anyone or anything else.
That is
Yeah.
definitely the golden rule. Definitely. I come first. Well, I always say higher power, energy, whatever you believe in, God, whatever you call it, that's number
Hmm.
one. Number two is me. And number three is friends and family.
Absolutely. And I have been known to, my family comes first.
Mhm.
My daughter, my son, my grandson, everybody, we work together. Like if we have a show idea, we all sit down and think about it. If I go on an event, my daughter will help pick the clothes out. And we work like as a team. And there are times that she'll say, "Oh God, don't wear that." Oh, and I listen to her, and I'm glad I do because sometimes I think I've got body dysmorphia. I think I look great in something that really is horrible. I
We
depend
need
on
a
her.
second eye. We definitely need a second eye.
Yeah, sometimes a third,
A
right in the
third
middle
at
of
a
your
point.
head. You're a fun guy.
That's life. You said it in the beginning, it's your outlook on life. You may have
Yeah.
things going on over here, but my outlook on life is so great. It's so great.
It has to be. So,
Mhm.
what are your future plans? What do you want to do?
What do I want to do? I'm doing it. Right now I'm doing it. I just got off stage,
Excellent.
I just got off stage and
Wow.
I did an incredible show. Uh yeah, I mean, I have another one coming up soon. I do the podcast, which I love. I love talking to people. I love meeting people. I love asking questions and learning. Um, this has probably been the best thing that I've done. I mean, to have a show for 18 years in one format, whether it was the open mic that I
Mm-hmm.
started with, where I gave other artists platforms to, do what they do,
Yes.
comedy, music. And over
Mm-hmm.
the pandemic, it's switched into this, which is a platform where I get to
Yeah.
talk to people and we talk about what we're talking about now and taking care of ourselves
Yeah.
and mental health and, you know, uh, inspirational journeys and sharing our creativity to inspire other people. That to me is
Yeah.
what life is all about. And you said it, you're a proud American. We are lucky. We're in a place where we can make choices. We have the
Right.
opportunity to do anything we want to. And to see people
Mm-hmm.
like you and to see people like me and who aspire and are creating all the time, that what else can you want, you know?
That's true. And then, you work or know people that just poo-poo it. And, they don't see the advantages of being able to speak your mind, do what you want to do, have a point of view. Um, they don't see it.
Right,
And that's sad,
right.
So you can only help someone so much. If they don't want to help themselves, just still be a positive example in their life.
Absolutely.
And
I'm gonna
yeah,
go, I'm gonna go one step further too, because I don't really
sure.
share this on the podcast, but like I said, I have a part-time job. I bartend in a restaurant. I've been in this
Oh, okay.
restaurant for 18 years.
Oh my goodness.
Same spot. The restaurant's been there for 19. I've been there for 18. And people say, "My God, why are you still working in that place? I can't believe you're still working. You're a man of a certain age. You're still working." Let me tell you what I get out of it. What I get out of it is the people that come in there. A lot of the people come on the podcast, they're artists. A lot of the people come to my shows, they support my work,
Mm-hmm.
the connections that I make, the friends that I make, and I get to make money too. You know what I mean? So
That's
what else,
always nice. Yes.
and I still get to do what I'm doing. Like I said, I just got off stage. If I need to leave for a while, if I go make a film, I come back, I still have a job, you
Yes,
know?
that's true.
So all
That's
along the way.
absolutely true.
Right.
And that's what I do when I go to the Comic Cons.
Hmm.
Whether I'm appearing, if I'm appearing, I have a poster, a banner, big thing. And I think it's like 8 feet long by 4 feet high. Half of it's Queen of the Paranormal, the other half is Hollywood Entertainment News. So
love this about you.
I'm,
I
I'm,
love this about you.
I'm,
That's like
I'm
two
giving
different
for,
things happening.
yeah,
I
and I
love
go
this
two
about you.
different ways. So I try to like look sort of paranormal, but not because you scare people.
Hmm.
And then I try to look Hollywood, but not. I'm in the middle. So here I am doing fortunes. I'm this, I'm that, and then I'm running off to the celebrities doing positive this and that. And then I have radio and TV shows coming in and interviewing me at the same time. So it's
I
very
love that.
busy. But the thing is, you get people like, when I'm going to, at the end of this month, I'll be at a super retro fest where I'm just doing Hollywood entertainment news for a couple hours on a Saturday. So I can converse with the warriors that are going to be there. God, I love them.
Ooh,
They're such good friends of mine. And so we're going to be talking stuff, positive messages and just doing silly videos together. But, and that's what I do. But like you, being the bartender, now you get to interview them. Now you get to have people for your show. And
right.
you know what, Marcos? I want you on Hollywood Entertainment News. I
I would
can't see
love
why
to.
you can't be up there.
I would love
You're
to.
fun, you're friendly, and you're so good to look at.
You are too. Look who's talking. I would
You're
love
so
to. I would
cute.
love to be on there. And
Yeah.
yeah, let's do it. We'll make that happen. What are you
Yes,
looking?
we'll
What
definitely
we?
do that.
What are you looking forward to in the future? What are you looking forward to coming up now?
Well, I have some things I can't talk about that just came up yesterday, and
Okay.
it just boom, just blows your mind, these opportunities, and you're like, and you feel, geez, overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Um, like, am I good enough? And is my sciatica going to like hurt me? So a little overwhelmed, but I did say yes, I'm doing it. So, okay, that one I can't talk about. But the other things I can talk about is we've got Clown Motel, Three Ways to Hell. That is coming out. They're having the premiere in August, and I'm hoping to be there. It's out in Nevada. And that is Joseph Kelly. This is his third one. He's got the Clown Motel franchise.
Hmm.
And I play Secretary of Defense. And
Beautiful. Beautiful.
right in the opening scene. I don't look anything like this, but I play Secretary of Defense with the hair up, the suit, the badge, all that stuff. And I'm in a hologram. And the great thing about this is I can do these from my studio in the other room on a green screen. I do a lot of green screen
Love it.
work and send it in. So I'm looking forward to that. I also have a bunch of supernatural news bullets, the intros coming up. I've got an actual TV show, a different one that I'm working on right now. It's scripting of it and a movie. And I just got asked to do another movie. And it's awful. You'd like to give the names and stuff, but it's nice to have the contract signed.
Right. Yeah. Definitely
So,
keep it in your back pocket. Keep it in your
yeah,
back
because,
pocket for now. Yeah.
yeah,
We know how it goes. We
some
know how it
people
goes.
do, they got this green-eyed jealousy thing. And if you say something, they're contacting the producers, causing trouble. It's like, not until everything's fine.
Right.
And then we promote.
Hmm.
Only when they tell you it's time to promote. So there's a heck of a lot of things in the works. And of course, Dark Frights magazine, that is just phenomenal. He's going to be doing, Jimmy Starr's going to be doing events and horror movies and all this stuff I'll be involved in. That I can talk about right now.
Love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I don't want to take up too much more of your time. I definitely want to have you back. We are going to work together
Oh,
in the
great.
future. I
Thank
can
you.
already tell you that.
And
I know we are.
Definitely.
I want to
Definitely.
give.
And I got some things to tell you about you
Okay.
that I can feel.
Beautiful. We will talk off camera. I want to give everybody your websites too. HollywoodEntertainmentNews.com. Make sure you go there and find all that on 360TV.com. Is that correct?
No, 360TVN.com.
TVN.com.
And you can get that on an app for your phone as well.
Okay. And then the last one, Queen of The Paranormal.com to find out more about. There you go. I love it. KO, it's been a pleasure having you on OneMicNite. Everybody, make sure you go check out this incredible, talented woman. We're going to see her here again on OneMicNite. And thank you all for joining. Make sure you like this episode, share this episode, and come back for more. I'm Marcos Luis. You can find us at OneMicNite. Go to the .com if you want to know more. And you can always find me at Marcos Luis, Marcosluis, on all social media. Thank you for joining.